get the link to that, send it to Discord real quick before I start doing anything. All right, officially live. So let me just get my windows all lined up here and we're gonna get started. So right now I'm just gonna use my speakers and listen to what we got so far. I did some stuff off stream. Make sure I am streaming. Yeah, I did some stuff off stream. So just hear how it's sounding. I think it's sounding pretty good, but I haven't checked the bass yet over the speakers, so let's do that. It's not going to that. Why is that? That's something to figure out real quick. Always something, right? How's it going, Trig? Just trying to get my audio to work correctly. Because it's just, I don't know, whatever reason Pro Tools likes to not work randomly. Well, it likes to change my settings, so I just gotta fix that real quick. Soundflower. Do I have two things called Soundflower? This should definitely be working. Oh, well, there's the reason. I muted the stream output. Never mind, false alarm. Don't blame Pro Tools for that. So let's take a listen and see how the mix is sounding so far.
Maybe when the sun burns out and the oceans freeze and the whole world splits in two, we'll finally find some peace of mind. Adrift in space, leaving the memories far behind. And even when the lights go dim and the show begins and the whole world fades away, you're still exactly where you were, looking through a window to some place away from here, from you. When the credits roll, the show is over. The lights come on, the world fades into view. And even when we finally feel some closure, the monsters always come back out again. But everything will be okay. Just close your eyes to make the monsters go away. You the sky goes dark, what will we say? That even if the sun comes out and there's no more doubt and we can sing in harmony, will we ever realize and finally understand just what it means to breathe, to be alive? To cease, to be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream. To breathe, to see, to be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream, to scream but never make a sound, around but never really hear. But everything will be okay. Open your eyes to make the nightmares go away. They couldn't hurt you anyway, you know. And every time we wake, a dream must go. Maybe we will come to find we've lived our lives but wasted all our time. And all the time that's left, we'll waste it too. Until the sun goes out, we'll be fine. And everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I will dream until the stars fall from the sky. And everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. We'll finally find some peace of mind.
All right, that was When the Lights Go Dim. Thank you so much for the nice comments. I'm actually really happy with where the mix is at right about now. There's one little spot that I want to maybe see if I can boost a little dum-dums. Let's see if I can do this.
And everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I will dream until the stars fall from the sky. And everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I...
Thank you, Trig. The drums in what section? Which section?
And everything will...
It's hard to turn down drums specifically by the nature of the chiptune part of this, because they're all kind of locked together with other stuff. Like if I go to my chiptune stuff here, like if you just listen to the chip. And thank you for the happy birthday. So yeah, yeah, I've been 28 now. I don't want to be 28. But yeah, if you listen to the kick drum and the bass, the kick drum and the bass are on the same track. like even if you like look at the signal, it's pretty. There's a little bit. You can see kind of a spike. Actually, it would be in, but it doesn't. It's not enough to really do like the fluttery one. Is it like? Let me get rid of that tool before I screw something else up. Let me see. Maybe it's this part. So if I unsole, was it this fill right about here?
We'll dream until the stars fall from the sky.
Or are you talking about a part a little earlier? Let's see where the drum solo was. Was it here? Oh, the dum 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 dums. Okay, let me find that part. Gotta make this a little bigger so I can see it.
And everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I will dream until the stars fall from the sky.
Depends if it's the kick drum or if it's like more the noise that you think might be a little loud. I know for one thing, listening back to the Twitch VODs, the noise channel sounds really metallic over Twitch for some reason, and it doesn't sound like that here. The red or purple. So the red is noise and the purple is the kick. Although the noise probably could stand to be kind of tamed a little bit more. Maybe that would be this guy right here. But always do EQ changes in a like. So there's three types of EQ changes or mods to me. There are notch changes where you're getting rid of room resonances or resonances, say in like a guitar body, you know, certain, what's the word? Like the formants of whatever instrument you're mixing, you might need to tame those a little bit. And you might do that with notch EQ. The other type is tone shaping. So, you know, I might back off on some low end, you know, try to make like a voice stand out or change the timbre of something a little bit. But when I'm doing mixing EQ to try to get it to sit, I always try to do that in the context of the mix, because if I try to make it sound good on its own, it might sound great by itself, but then it will get buried in the mix. So let me just
From the sky.
just turn it down a little bit. Might even, maybe even a de-esser might even kind of tame it even more, I wonder. Let me try that. I didn't try that yet. Dynamics de-esser. think one of the things with the Game Boy sounds is like, oh wait, there's nothing there. That's probably, wait, is there? Yeah, there is. I guess there does seem to be spikes. Maybe I just didn't, noise box. Let me see what I got. Sometimes the soloing is a little annoying with. So if I do. Yeah, maybe that de-esser is kind of what I need. Unmute these jimmies.
From the sky. And everything will be.
Yeah. Let's see, was there anything else that I want to... Any other points in this track? I know it's kind of a longish track with a bunch of different parts. Excuse me. But is there anything else that might be worth taking a look at for mixing, or should I like move on to the next track? Yeah, I have to remember that I can't talk while I'm playing it back. Because I'm listening over speakers right now, right? And I have my microphone boosted like super high so that my voice sounds pretty much the same volume no matter where I'm at. And I don't want my speakers going into that, so I have a side chain basically cut off my microphone from making any sound when the speakers are going or when this is playing back. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I should look at in this track, or I'm really happy with how it's sounding though so far. Like I took a little bit of advice from Murky Waters today and really cleaned up the low end too with some dynamic EQ, and that really helped a lot. Just kind of found the big thing, because I already had this on here, but I did I changed the crossover so that the lows were basically only the subs, and then this not 100 hertz, but this lower middle band gets all like the bass frequencies you actually hear timbre with. And a cool mixing technique that I learned too recently is just turn on like a really wide band, like a band pass kind of EQ, right? And kind of cut it off, you know, basically don't give it too much low frequency, like get rid of the lows, get rid of basically all the highs, and you've basically got like a crappy cell phone speaker.
And everything will be okay.
Like a crappy radio or something. And if it sounds good in there, all the stuff on the very high end and the very low end, you know, that can all be kind of added to taste after, but it's not going to really affect how the balance of everything is, you know, because it's really easy to be like, I want more bass, and you just boost your bass and you're like, man, this sounds bumping, and then you listen to it on anything else and you realize it doesn't sound that good because you don't have the subwoofer or whatever.
And all the time that's left will waste it too.
So my goal with using this too was to be able to hear the bass instrument even with this band pass filter on. And I was finding the way I had it mixed prior, I couldn't really hear the bass without actually hearing the low sub frequencies. So I had to do some stuff to it there, and I think it worked out. But yeah, this song, I'm excited to finally kind of have well put together version of this track. It's come a long way since I started writing it like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago ish.
World splits in two. We'll finally find some peace of mind. Adrift in space, leaving the memories far behind. And even when the lights go dim and the show begins and the whole world fades away, you're still exactly where you were.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this mix is sounding. But I could be biased because I've been listening to it a lot and my ears could just be used to it.
But everything will be okay. Just close your eyes to make the monsters go away. You never had to run away at all. Maybe when the moon falls down, we can turn around and see that everything must change. 'Cause every light will fade away. When the sky goes dark, what will we say? That even if the sun comes out and there's no more doubt and we can sing in harmony.
Just a little bit of body on the vocals. Just noticed maybe they were a little bit thin.
Everything will be okay. Open your eyes to make the nightmares go away. They couldn't hurt you anyway, you know. And every time we wake, a dream must go. Maybe we will come to find we've lived our lives but wasted all our time and all the
Let's see how the part with the harmonies sounds too.
to see, to be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream, to scream but never.
Maybe I could use a tad more on these vocals.
To be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream, to scream but never make a sound, around but never.
A little bit more. Let's see.
To be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream, to scream but never make a sound, around but never really see. To be all on your own, alone, to breathe, to see, to be all on your own, alone, awake.
Maybe that's a bit much. I don't need the harmonies like super in your face, but I definitely want them to be heard.
Awake but in a dream, to scream but never make a sound.
I think right about there sounds all right to me. The other thing I want to look at that I keep forgetting to do is the end, a little squealy on the guitar solo. Not that guitar solo. This guitar solo. So let's solo that. Can I solo both? No, I can't. Well, I think I can. I can. Nope. I think I need to solo that. I don't need it to go that long. Let's give it a fade out first before I figure out exactly how long I want it to be. So let's do that. Okay. in context. Yeah.
To breathe, to see, to be.
I don't know, or maybe I can look at some of the other takes real quick. Playlist view. Let's solo that and that, because I recorded a bunch of these, and maybe some of them have a better. That one's bad. No. I like that. Ooh, I like that one too. That one's lame. So before I do anything, I guess I just used, for some reason I thought I comped together a solo, but I guess I never comped it together. So let's send this one to the top. Because, yeah. Which one was... Let's take that, send it up and see how that sounds. Give it a little crossfade here. It always shows up on the wrong screen. All right, crossfade equal power. Cool. I like it. I like that. Just give it a little fade out. All right, now let's hear that in the context of everything.
To breathe, to see, to be. To breathe, to see, to be all.
Maybe I can open up like a little bit of an extra delay at the end of that or something. I don't know. Let me see.
To breathe, to see.
I want just like some delay on that last section. I know I already have a bunch of delay on the guitar. Da, da, da. Probably triplet kind of feel. I just have Echo Boy all, like right on there. Hey, thank you, Cartcons. How's it going? Just doing a little editing on my track here. Let's see, need an aux, solo, and delay. Stereo, because I guess I already got a bunch of stereo effects on it. Gonna output that to the lead guitar track and send this, where is it? Solo. Solo and a delay. So let's just hear how that sounds by itself, so I can kind of loop it and get the right feel for it. And again, like I know I already have a bunch of delay on there, but this is just going to be a simple delay. I think I want triplet eighth notes. No, I want triplet quarter note rate. Both sides. I guess I should have just pressed link. And give it. All right, well, have fun, and thanks for stopping in for a moment to say happy birthday. I appreciate it. Enjoy your day. All right, I want a bunch of feedback. Where's the feedback knob? That's this one. So basically, right on the there is where I want it to open up. So going to start this at 0. And I'm going to turn on latch automation writing, and then I'll just adjust to taste in rhythm and stuff when, well, I probably don't need to. I can probably record this as is. All right, so let's do that, turn that back, or set that back to read, and look at where we're at here. So maybe I'll take that, copy it, no, take this, start it a little bit earlier. Delete that point. Maybe have it go up a little bit more to 0. It's a little too much. Well, actually, if it's too much, I can turn it down in the mixer, because this is literally the only place in the song where it's even going to be used. So definitely too loud, but I can fix that. Solo and delay. I like that. Zoom out. All right. Anything else I should look at in here?
The monsters always come back out again, but everything will be okay. Just close your eyes to make the monsters go away. You never had to run away at all. And maybe when the moon falls down, we can turn around and see that everything must change, 'cause every light will fade away. And when the sky goes dark, what will we say? That even if the sun comes out and there's no more doubt, and we can sing in harmony, will we ever realize
Maybe I could do something. I know it's part of LSDJ being like Game Boy based, but I've got all this kind of popping stuff going on. Let me figure out where it's where that all is. So that's okay here, but hard to, I can't just like plug on a declicker thing because it gets rid of too much stuff. And then is this one clicking too? Like here where it gets more percussive again, it doesn't really matter so much, but here you can definitely hear. So I wonder, noise reduction. No, that's not the right tool. This is a spectral denoiser in it that's like manual denoise. I want to RX connect. I don't even think the stream is going to be able to hear RX if I go into here. Let's see if it sends it through RX. No, RX isn't taking it. RX isn't having it. So that's fine. I might maybe edit that on my own later. Not sure. I might just. Because I don't. Let me see how much the denoiser actually changes the timbre. Mute that, mute. Wish I could just solo. I mean, I can, but I have to solo save stuff I don't really want to solo save. Let me see if this algorithm works. It's getting rid of like some high-end stuff that I don't want to get rid of necessarily. Okay, I don't... Right, because it's got such a huge latency on it. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna copy settings. Right. I'm gonna just get this off of here. I don't want that actually on the track, and I'm gonna do that in Audio Suite. Audio Suite, noise reduction, declick, and I'm gonna paste my settings. So let's... Okay, I like that. So now what I can do is click render, and it'll render it right in place. Now it's gonna click before and after it. So what I can do now, zoom in real close here. One, I will move this right onto a zero crossing, so there's a minimum chance of any noise happening. And then I'm just gonna do a fade just for a little bit of extra safety. And let me find the end of that right here. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna find spot as close to a zero crossing as I can, and then crossfade it. And the other parts in the song, again, I don't think it matters so much because it gets buried by the drum sounds and stuff. So but it makes that part sound a little bit less jarring. Too late. Let me see. Right around here.
Everything will be okay. Open your eyes to make the nightmares go away. They couldn't hurt you anyway, you know. And every time we wake, a dream must go. And maybe we will come to find we've lived our lives but wasted all our time. And all the time that's left we'll waste it too. Until the sun goes out we'll be fine. And everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I will dream until the stars fall from the sky. And everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. We'll finally find some peace of mind.
Great. Okay. I am happy with that. And I'll just ask again in case there's anybody in the chat, which I don't know if there is right now, but if there is, if there's any like suggestions that you might have for places that I should go look at once more, just let me know. And if not, I'm going to move on to Alone in the Universe. So I will give a minute just to wait for a second, and then yeah. All right, I'm going to save that. Nope, not saving Twitch. Saving my project. And we shall move to Alone in the Universe. So first thing I'm gonna do is just listen to the whole thing as is to see where I'm at with it. I think I might have done a little bit of static mixing before, but I may not have done a little static mixing. Also, next stream I will need to be getting used to some stuff because I will probably be moving over to Windows, moving to my desktop. I'm finally going to get a Wi-Fi card because the one in my desktop computer is about 13 years old. More than 13 years old. It's very old and it doesn't work very good. I get like less than a megabit per second download speed, and it's absolutely impossible to download anything, nor is it possible to stream on that computer, but it's a lot quieter than the laptop. So let's listen to this. It's going to sound pretty lame after hearing that because this is totally not mixed. But let's go.
If I were to look into the sky tonight, the moon and stars are what I'd see. But then I'd wonder for a moment, what could be there looking back at me? And I'd be happy, so very happy just to know we're not alone. Is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see? There's got to be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe, oh no. if I stare into the moonlit skies and wonder where I am tonight, will I see anything? And if I call into the endless sea and listen for eternity, will I hear another voice? Maybe I will never hear a thing. And if I stare into the moonlit skies or fall into a dream tonight, will I see anything? If I stare into the moonlit skies. And I'd be happy, so very happy just to know we're not alone. We're not alone. No, we're not
Oh, I said thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your class. I'll try to join one of your streams soon as well. I stopped by the other night for a few minutes, but didn't have much time to watch. You were like way far away from the computer recording some vocals. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening, and hope you're enjoying it, because I'm pretty happy with how these songs are coming out, and looking forward to getting an EP ready to go. Right, so first thing I want to do is commit my vocals. Do I have... Peace. All right, so what I want to do, commit up to this insert. Consolidate. Group assignments. Yeah, make it active. I don't want to hide it just yet. All right, so that's bouncing out. Then it should make a new track. All committed.
And if I stare into the moonlit skies and wonder where I am tonight, will I see anything? And if I call into the endless sea and listen for eternity, will I hear another voice?
Might as well commit this one too. So I don't have too many vocal doubles in this one. This one, it's definitely not as complicated as When the Lights Go Dim structurally. Or harmonically, it's kind of got some stuff going on in it. But, you know, it's a little bit more straightforward. It would be kind of like a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, except for the choruses are instrumental, but nothing too crazy. Looks like it worked just fine. Oh, I hid everything. Show. Did not mean to hide everything. All right, that looks about right.
Will I hear another voice? Maybe I will never hear a thing. And if I stare into the moonlit skies or fall into a dream tonight, will I see anything? If I stare into the moonlit skies. I'd be happy, so very happy just to know we're not alone.
So I like the tone of the solo. I'm probably not going to reamp it after all. So where's the... I guess because there's no vocal chorus, there's no loudest part of the song with vocals except for like at the very end here. That's not what I don't want to base my mix off of that section. Might base it off of here first, or there's no parts really with vocals, guitar, like.
So no. Are we all alone?
Alright, so we'll start. I'm gonna just totally kill the guitars, kill the Game Boy, so you're gone. I wonder if there's a way in Pro Tools to make some mixer tracks more narrow. Key command. Let me see what I need to do for that. So what I want to do is just kind of get these thinner because I don't really want to do much to them just yet. Track. I mean, I could make them all like subfolders within the Game Boy folder. That's always an option. But I don't know. Do I want to do that? Want narrow mix? So what information do I lose by doing that? Doesn't look like I lost much of anything, really. Hey, Murky Waters, how's it going? I lose the numbers if I do that. Okay. So I just started looking at Alone in the Universe. I think I'm at a pretty happy place with When the Lights Go Dim. Took your advice. I changed a little bit, but I did send you that MP3 earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, but I think I really filled up the low end, and I listened to it on the speakers now, and it sounds much better. I was worried that I was going to turn on the speakers and it was just going to be like murdering me with bass, but no, it was fine. So dynamic EQ, I ended up, because I had a dynamic EQ on it already, but it wasn't, I think I didn't select my bands well enough. It was like my lowest band was low mids and subs, so I kind of put the subs in one place, then the low mids, and then the other stuff I kind of left alone. But that let me bring up the low mids so you could hear the timbre much better. Yeah. Nerded out for a little while. Nerding out sounds like a good night. All right, what was I doing? I was doing something. Right, I'm turning down everything. Distorted guitars, tremolo guitars, clean guitars, acoustic guitars, lead guitars. Everything except for the vocals basically are gonna be turned down. Hi, did you send me a message? Oh, you did send me a message, I just saw it. I think this version is sounding on what makes as far as the sibilants. The optional thing you could do is duplicate your... Cool. So yeah, I think maybe that's a good idea then. Automate, or not automate, but well yeah, clip gain micro edits to edit my sibilances. And I'll probably need to do that in here too, because I didn't want it to be too extreme with the de-esser, because it just kind of kills the high end if you do it too much. So manual edits will solve my sibilance problem.
Is everything under at me? Then tell me we're not alone.
So I'm gonna start right here.
Then tell me we're not.
Right here is where I want to loop a little bit.
Are we all alone?
Maybe I want to do a place where I'm actually singing words.
If someone's out there looking back at me, if someone's out there looking back at me,
Right here maybe. If I select this section.
If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe, oh no. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe, oh no. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe, oh no. If someone's out there looking back at me.
Yeah, I mean, that's how most mix things are. Like, everybody knows a good mix when they hear it because they don't notice it. But when you do back to back, for sure you start noticing stuff. Like, that's how, like, you know, I'm in a in a group with somebody else that's kind of interested in learning a little bit of mixing stuff from me. Not that I'm like an authority so much on mixing, but I'm not like totally new to the game either. But you know, it's like he'll send me kind of his version of a mix, and then he'll think it's good, and then I'll do some of my stuff to it, and he'll kind of be able to hear the difference. And most of the time he likes what I do with it. You know, I don't want to assume, because you know what they say about when you assume.
If someone's out there,
Don't do it.
if someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe. Oh no.
That's why. That's why. Okay, I was like, why is the Game Boy stuff so quiet? I'm like cranking it up. I can see it's cranked. It's because it's all turned down there. So I don't want to touch that knob until like after I don't want to go back and make other changes. So
If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe. Oh no. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe. Oh no. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe. Oh no. If someone...
So, and again, I'm just going through this process. This is my kind of static mix first step thing where I set the vocals around, you know, minus 12, minus 15 dB. And then I just pull everything else up into the mix until it feels like the vocals are sitting in about the right place.
If someone's out there...
Let's do a different section though. Let's go a little bit. Let's go like here, because I think there's some other sounds in there that I didn't get.
Is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see? There's got to be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, is everything underneath this moonlit sky?
I don't think there's even any guitars in this section anyways. There was like one guitar track that I just didn't bother doing anything with, and I kind of just got rid of it.
Is everything underneath this moonlit sky?
So let me go here where there is some guitar and some vocals happening at the same time.
Are we all alone?
I hope I just didn't destroy your ears with that. That just scared the crap out of me. Always remember to turn off your all group when doing a volume change. Oh. Oh, I apologize to anybody that just heard that, and I'm hoping that that didn't sound so bad as it did here.
Are we all alone? Are we all alone?
So let's see. So that little synth solo now is like obviously way too loud. But I'm gonna turn down stuff individually later. This is just kind of like the general balance.
They're looking back at me. And I'd be happy, so very happy just to know we're not alone. The moon and stars are what I'd see. And I'd be happy, so very happy just to know we're not alone. And I'd be happy, so very happy just to know we're not alone.
All right, so that part. Other than, or did I literally like turn up the solo here? That's way too loud. I probably didn't need to do that.
And if I stare into the moonlit skies and wonder where I am tonight, will I see anything? And if I call into the endless sea and listen for eternity, will I hear another voice?
Well, that's good because that was a bad hiccup. I basically maximized the volume on every channel on this, so it was not a good sound.
Anything. And if I call into the endless sea and listen for eternity, will I hear another voice? Maybe I will never hear a thing. And if I stare into the moonlit skies or fall into a dream tonight, will I see anything? If I stare into the moonlit skies.
This song is so much less detailed than When the Lights Go Dim was. Like, coming from that song, this song feels like there's like not much going on. Most of the song is just like the chip tune and the vocals. There's some like electric guitar, and then there's this part with the acoustic guitar and the clean guitar. Like, this is the most complicated part of this song, so this song is going to be probably a lot quicker to mix. When the Lights Go Dim is pretty, I kind of got that one out of the way first because it was more detailed. And then the next one I'm going to do is Asteroids, which is even less guitar. And then after that, it's going to be Sunrise, which is only guitar and chiptune, and like just that's even simpler. So I'm just like getting lazier as I go along. But I think I spent the most time on When the Lights Go Dim. I'll go in. Maybe I'll go into that in a minute. If you let me know if you're on your computer again, Murky Waters, and I might pull up When the Lights Go Dim and just kind of go through it a little bit with you while you're here. If you don't mind, if you wanted to give a little bit of your feedback, because it's been very helpful to me. This is my favorite solo that I play though on anything. Like I start on that harmonic and then do that. And I might use a trick that I saw where you can use a dynamic EQ, multi-band compressor kind of deal to make like those palm muted kind of notes really, really stand out and not be too like crazy in your face either. Also, mix at a low volume. Mixing at low volumes is great. If you mix at a high volume, everything sounds good automatically, and then you turn it down and it sounds like garbage. But if you mix at a low volume, then you can kind of turn it up again and go for some small details that are a little more subtle. I really like this harmony that I came up with for this part too. I know I'm just like stroking my ego here. Just like, I love this thing that I did, but I think these are some kind of cool chords here, you know, whatever they are.
We're not alone. No, we're not alone.
The out of phase info. It's got the kind of the automatic surround sound stuff.
We're not alone. No, we're not alone.
And like this is, even though I do have like a foundation in theory and stuff, like that's kind of how I write chords a lot of times in my songs, which is why it's hard for me to find the right chords sometimes on guitar. Like I'll just pick a bunch of notes and I kind of make a chord one note at a time. And then I figure out what it is later. And then like when I'll apply theory is when it's like, what do I go from? What's the next chord I want? I want it to sound like this. And it's like, okay, so that's kind of this sound. I'll do this kind of chord motion. But yeah, the ear is boss. You know, I've got all these years of theory behind me, and I don't use it that much when I'm writing. It's more like analyzing it after, when kind of adding the bells and whistles. When I'm coming up with like maybe a guitar solo, I need to know what key I'm in. If I'm coming up with you know, just some like extra stuff, but you know, whatever these kind of, I mean, this song, again, originally I wrote this when I was 14 and had no theory knowledge at all. And so it's just kind of like, it's not complicated movement between the chords, but it's also not diatonic, and it made it pretty hard to even find the right notes on the solo. So before I exit out of this one real quick, just want to put a little bit of a high pass on, because there's definitely too much low frequency information in there.
Underneath this moonlit sky, really the only world I'll see. There's got to
Yeah, I downloaded that plugin that you recommended I try earlier, but I haven't installed it, so maybe I'll install it later. For now, I'll just do this.
be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe, oh no.
So I got I got the whatever it's called, the sound toy thing, and I tried that on the vocals on the other track too, and it sounded pretty.
Is everything underneath this?
A little bit of saturation's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna try that EQ that you recommended me a little earlier.
Is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see? There's got to be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe. Oh no, is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see? There's got to be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone.
Yeah, this is the Sound Toys one, the Decapitator.
Is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see?
And this setting's kind of like a tape effect. This one sounds pretty nice though as well. The Neve.
Is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see? There's got to be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe. Oh no, is everything underneath this moonlit sky really the only world I'll see? There's got to be something else out there. If someone's out there looking back at me, then tell me we're not alone in the universe.
Like that alone kind of did a bunch of cool things, I think, to the timbre, and I didn't even put it through a compressor or anything yet. Maybe I don't need to. Like the Melodyne thing to kind of even it out definitely saves a lot of, or kind of takes the job of what a compressor might do. But yeah, let me go to When the Lights Go Dim again. And also, it's just I want to mention too, I feel my streams have improved. They don't lag out like they used to in the beginning. Yeah, that's true. The saturation also is a good compression method, because I mean, you don't need to compress your peaks when you've already squashed them with the saturation, basically. So let me go in here.
We'll finally find some.
So one thing I did too is there was that part that was clicking too, that I don't think it was a part. I don't think you were saying you were noticing the clicking, or the clicking was the thing that was bothering you in that part. But I noticed it, and I decided to fix it by running it through a declicker isotope thing. So I left the clicks in the other places, but maybe I can try to pinpoint that part that you were noticing. So you were noticing something in the LSDJ. So let me just kind of solo what's going on in that part for you. Yeah, I do the that compressor thing too, like the layer of compression thing on vocals often, but I don't know. I found that with that Melodyne thing, the Melodyne trick kind of takes care of it. Maybe it's is it that sound? Is it that sound? Because one of the reasons why it might sound like a 9-volt battery run across headphones is because this note is an A, and I think that's pretty close to electric hum frequency wise. No, really low. Wonder. Okay, so did you hear it or did you not hear it in that section? Like, was it in the Game Boy, or does it sound like it might be somewhere else? Let me solo the guitars. You hear it in the vocals come in. And what's like when you say like the low vocals, like to breathe, to see, to be, like that part. So it's not during this section, it's after. So it's see with the vocal.
To be alive, to breathe, to see, to be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream.
So it's not in the vocals though. Do you think it's in LSDJ? Because this is all that's going on there, and the synth does sound... So that's what's going on in LSDJ in that spot. Like, this looks like the DC offset is wrong, but it's not exactly. Like, if you zoom in, it does cross 0 where it needs to cross it. It's just kind of skewed on one side. Okay, the thing on the bass drum release hits, and I cleaned that up here. So if I have it still soloed, right? So I'll just undo this when I do it. So before, it kind of clicked a lot after the bass drum hit. Is that what you were thinking of? because that is just like an artifact of LSDJ, the so, and I went in with RX noise or decline. I didn't clean it up for the part after though, because it doesn't stand out in the mix, and it is part of like that kind of lo-fi chiptune aesthetic. But it should be fixed in if that was what you were thinking of, then it should be fixed here, like right after that. So what do you mean by like pink noise? Like layered in with it, or just like sustaining pink noise? I mean, it might work. I don't know how I feel about having pink noise just kind of sustaining under it. Guess I could try it. Mix down bus. Right on. I think I might not do the pink noise thing because I'm still kind of hearing it, and I'm not hearing any real benefits. I don't hear it fixing it so much. because those clicks are kind of big broadband clicks. They're not exactly I'll hide it and make it inactive just in case I want to try it again. I'm gonna go to the end now and kind of manually do some.
Everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. And everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's
Right here, adrift in space. Gotta tame those sibilances. Let's make this a bit louder.
adrift in space.
So right there is a sibilant. Welcome back. So I don't know that the pink noise is gonna do what I need to be done. It didn't sound like it wasn't really covering up the effect of, or that kind of clicking, because that's kind of a broadband loud click. So it's not gonna kind of dither it out so much, and when it's loud enough to actually kind of cover it up, you can hear it in the mix, and that's not exactly. It's not I don't think it was doing like the kind of dithering effect, but I left it there just in case I want to play around with it again later and see if I can get something to work.
Adrift in space.
So you get rid of that S.
Adrift in space where there's no.
Like I'll play it for you real quick because you were probably not there when I did it. Show and make active. So I've got this, and then if I go to that, again, like here I already kind of fixed it, but here again you can. Like even when it's down at -40, even when it's down to -40, you can still hear it, and it's not really covering up the clicks. But I'm not honestly too bothered by the clicking in the whole thing. Like that one spot, it was pretty noticeable, but here it still works a little bit more because it's kind of covered up by more instruments and stuff going on. Again, it's part of like the chiptune sound. There's some imperfections in the sound chips that make it kind of clicky when you mute a channel and stuff. I'm gonna go back to the end where stuff about the sibilances and turn those down.
Space where there's no. Adrift in space where there's no. Where there's no day and there's no. And there's no night. Finally find some peace up, some
pizza mind. We'll finally find some pizza mind.
peace up. Find some peace up.
Like this is one of the things I love about Pro Tools, which has lots of things I don't love in it, but like this clip gain thing is, I don't know how Cubase handles it. Maybe Cubase also does this, but this is something I wish every DAW had.
Find some peace up.
It's like individual clip gain that you can like fully control, and it's totally independent of any of your volume sliders. It's not technically automation. It's like changing the
piece of
too much.
piece of
All right, let me play this. Let me know how this sounds sibilance wise.
and everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there.
Wait, maybe the word space got too quiet.
Adrift in space where there's
And I don't think that even had anything to do with that.
adrift in space where there's no.
Maybe that particular sibilance is a little, that could go up a little bit. Where'd it go?
Adrift in space where there's no.
There it is. Turn it up again just a little bit.
Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. We'll finally find some peace of mind.
And I'm just gonna play it one more time without stopping it the whole time.
And everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. We'll finally find some peace of mind.
How is that? How is that as far as the sibilances go? Does that work a bit better? Maybe there's some in this part too, I could imagine.
But everything will be okay. Open your eyes to make the nightmares go away. They couldn't hurt you anyway, you know. And every time we wake, a dream must go. Maybe we will come to find we've lived our lives but wasted all our time. And all the time that's left we'll waste it too. Until the sun goes out we'll be fine. And everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away.
I think the rest of this, I think this part was actually fine. There's a couple louder sibilances, but there's no delay or reverb or anything on here to make it stand out. It's not so bad, I think. So, but this.
And everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. We'll finally find some peace of mind.
I think the next time I write a song, I'm just gonna avoid the letter S and T entirely. I'll just write a song with no S's or T's. Maybe P's. I don't know. Maybe I'll write a song in Japanese where the S sound is more like their S sound is more like it's like in the more in the roof of your mouth. It's not as high pitched. Like これは日本の S の音 Sの音 S の音 S the sound of S S の音 yeah it's I'll just write in Japanese from now on. Then I won't have to worry about as loud of sibilances because Japanese doesn't require you to barely even move your mouth to speak. I'm probably gonna end up going through this song tomorrow or something with a fine-tooth comb and just turn down like all the S's. I'll just do this one while I thinking about it. Manual de-essing, the fun way. I should also just practice singing S's differently so that they're not all whistly. But yeah, let me go to that part. Just let me know so you don't. Well, two of the 5 songs on this EP are instrumental. And this song was instrumental for a long time before it wasn't. Well, I always intended there to be vocals. I had the vocal melody on a weird synthesizer instead. Okay, so what I want you to just let me know, do you think that that part that you were talking about with the little clicks after, like right when it does the transition to the Phrygian major or whatever, is it Phrygian major? I don't know, whatever it is.
And finally,
Just let me know if this part sounds better now and if it's passable.
to be alive. To cease to be all on your own, alone, awake but in a dream.
Does that work better now that I kind of softened it with the with RX? Yeah, vocals are annoying. You know what else is annoying is bass. Bass is annoying because bass, everybody wants to record at DI, including me. And there's lots of dynamics, so you have to kind of do the vocal writing techniques on bass guitar as well. And you kind of have to worry about string sliding. What instrument is actually fun to record? Or like, you know, vibraphone, you've got noise, you got resonances that sometimes happen. You're gonna hit the resonators or something. Guitar is just, I don't know. If you put on distortion, it basically takes up the entire frequency spectrum, and you have to figure out which parts you want to carve out to get the right tone, and it buries everything in your mix. Like, actually, one of the hardest places to mix in this was the ending, because I've got that heavy guitar in there, and I want you to hear it. It doesn't need to be like way in your face, but it wants to be heard.
Fine, and everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep
Like, that's without that guitar.
the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I will dream until.
You know, that's a pretty thick guitar tone, and it's quad tracked there too. And it sounds really cool soloed. I wish I could kind of make it stand out a little bit more, but I don't want it to bury everything else. Do I have any plugins that have like a frequency thing on it other than, I guess I could put this on it just for analyzing it, but you can see like it kind of plays the, you know, guitar just has the covered the whole spectrum. Like, you know, to get a distorted guitar to sound like a distorted guitar, you kind of band pass everything between, you know, maybe 200 to like 8K, but that's a big range because everything else is in that range. That's a good idea. But I might not do it on those frequencies. So I might not do it. Yeah, ozone goes on at the end when I'm mastering stuff. And it's not, I don't have like the full version. I just have the Elements version. But it's a great plugin to do a little bit of mastering with. And like this is the version of Insight that I have. It's so ugly. Like it's the same thing, but no, I don't want that. You know, like this ugly. Is that like when you're saying like I don't know. I mean, I have some things. Maybe that's not on this computer. Elements. It's got this. It's got the. It's not a ton of controls for it. It's got that. It's got the maximizer. It doesn't have, it's got the equalizer, which it does have like the MS features on it. I can do mid-side. So maybe I should have used this for some other stuff. Like in my mind, I'm like, this is a mastering tool. It goes on the master, and it doesn't have to be that way. I can put mastering tools on channels and on other stuff. But yeah, it's got the imager. It's got the maximizer. Sure, I'll tune into that. That's gonna be 3:30 my time. Feel free to shoot me a message before you go online on Discord, like 30 minutes before, just in case, because I've got a pretty bad memory sometimes. Like it's like, oh, I was supposed to do something.
Locked away, they never mattered anyway. So I will dream until the stars fall from the sky. And everything will be stick to until the sun goes out. We'll be fine, and everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway. So I will dream until the stars fall from the sky. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night.
I don't know. Let me see if I think it sounded whatever I had on there before.
I will dream until the stars fall from the sky.
using the limiter to turn it up instead of just turning it up made it sound so much better, and it actually stands out in the mix pretty nice.
They never mattered anyway. No,
Yeah, it sounds when it comes in.
we must go. Maybe we will come to find we've lived our lives but wasted all our time, and all the time that's left we'll waste it too. Until the sun goes out, we'll be fine, and everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. They never mattered anyway, so I will dream until the stars fall from the sky.
All right, well, I put a mastering limiter on my guitar and it sounded really good, so I'm gonna keep it there. Let me just see if it sounds good everywhere else where there's that guitar. It sounds so much better. Okay.
To scream, but never make a sound. Around, but never really but everything will be okay. We must go. Maybe we will come to find we've lived our lives but wasted all our time, and all the time that's left we'll waste it too. Until the sun goes out, we'll be fine, and everything will be okay. Just find a place to keep the bad thoughts locked away. And everything will be alright. Adrift in space where there's no day and there's no night. We'll finally find some peace of mind.
All right, I think that sounds good. We might go and do some manual sibilance editing. Do you think there's anything else that like absolutely needs to be done to this track, or do you think this might be a good spot to stop working on this one until I master it and move on to the next? I don't, either way, it's, I mean, this is pretty close to being.
But everything will be okay. Open your eyes to make the nightmares go away. They couldn't hurt you anyway. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But like, is there anything that you that stands out, or do you think it's pretty close? Okay, I'll come back to it with some fresh ears. I just don't, just if there's anything like specific that I should keep in mind.
everything will be okay. Oh.
Yeah, caution's not too bad. Just like, I don't want to like, obviously get stuck doing like making it absolutely perfect, because it's never, nothing's going to be perfect. Even when I get to a point where I'm like, this is the best thing ever, anybody you show it to is going to have a different idea of what should be in a mix. And if, but as long as it's close and it's to a point where like it wouldn't be bad to release it, I guess, where it's not like I should have spent like another month or something on it. Because I do want to, do justice to this. This will be my first time releasing music, so I want to do it right. I'm thinking for like bonus tracks, I'll do another version. I'll real quick like record some real drums for some of these. Do some real drums for maybe the 3 main tracks, or maybe 2, maybe Alone in the Universe and this one. And that'll be a bonus track, and then I'll have another version of them where there's no guitars or vocals. I'll just have the chiptune only version, and maybe recreate the melodies in LSTJ if that's not totally unreasonable to fit in there. I think there's usually some channel that's free. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for the night. I'm happy with where this is going, and I think my next stream on Wednesday, I'll be working on Alone in the Universe. I think I'm done mixing this one on stream for now. So thank you for your feedback. It is very, very helpful, and I know I like have enough, like I have skills in mixing, but it's not perfect. I'm not a professional, obviously, and getting another pair of ears listening to it is crucial, I think, to the mixing process, at least for where I'm at. Because again, I listen to the same thing over and over and over again, and my ears get used to it, and all the mistakes sound like that's how it's supposed to be. So cool, and I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you. Got another hour left of birthday time, so spend a little time with the wife, and yeah, take it easy. Thank you for watching and your feedback, and I will maybe see you Wednesday or whatever, no pressure. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess, for your stream. So yeah, peace.